Hey guys, I'm DDay with Heavy Metal Television. I'm here at the Music Factory in Battle Creek, Michigan with Frank from Hatebreed. How are you doing today?
Not too bad.
Good, glad to hear that. So you're playing here in Battle Creek tonight as part of the Concrete Confessional Tour in support of your new album of the same title. How's it been going so far?
Good. This is the second leg actually. So, we kicked out the first leg in May when the record came out, May the 13th. Same bands. We did Double Driver and Double support, and it worked out so good the first time around. We added the second leg, so pretty much hitting everywhere we could possibly go in the States. So this is, and Canada as well. At least a week's worth of shows there we did. So no, it's going good. I mean, this leg seems to be the smaller markets and places we, even after 22 years, haven't gone, like Battle Creek. So it's cool to get in the smaller places and the C and D markets because, everybody, those people deserve it just as much as everybody else does. So
Awesome. So you're about halfway through the tour here. Do you have any interesting tour stories or anything out of the ordinary that you want to share with the fans?
I mean, when you've been doing it so long, there's always crazy stuff that goes on, and so much so that things happen and I don't even think nothing of them. Well, somebody might think it's insane. So
Right.
it's just how it goes out here. But no, I mean, I can't really pinpoint anything, but it's just it's pretty easy going out here, and it's a well-oiled machine at this point, and we've had some issues with the bus and that kind of sucks, having to go in and out of the shop and stuff. But nothing crazy. We had a couple of birthdays out here from the guys on the tour, or the road crew, or whatever. And had some late nights, but nothing out of the ordinary.
So Hatebreed's been around since 1994. How long have you been making music personally outside of the band, and what got you into metal?
Well, when I met Hatebreed because I was living in Cleveland at the time, and playing in a band called Integrity, and when they formed Hatebreed back then, they were fans of Integrity, so they reached out to us and wanted to do shows together, Connecticut, Cleveland, swap city shows, and we ended up doing a split record actually, and I've had a relationship with these guys since then, they've been some of my best friends, so that's how I ended up getting in Hatebreed in 2006. But as far as getting into the underground music scene and stuff, like when I was a very, very young age, I grew up in the 70s, my parents were in the party, so it was always around, loud speakers, and, parties, and Deep Purple, and Black Sabbath, and Kiss. So I got into that stuff at a very young age, so that led me to the underground, as I got older. And I dug into music a lot farther than most people would, and at a lot earlier age. So that's how I found out about, the Kiss and the Stones and the Who and all that stuff led me to Wasp and like Motorhead and Saxon and Venom, and that led me to like DRI and Agnostic Front, and then that led me to Discharge and Chaos UK and Rupert, and just digging, and always finding more and more bands. So it's been a part of my whole life ever since I was a baby, pretty much. So
That's awesome.
yeah, not most people are born into it, I guess, but I guess a lot of people that are my age, they maybe especially people that are in bands now still, and they grew up kind of the same way.
So your songs are often full of empowering and encouraging lyrics, which is pretty different from the mainstream idea of metal. How do you feel about the stigma that surrounds metal in the mainstream?
I mean, that's the thing about Hatebreed. I mean, we came from the hardcore scene, not the metal scene. So, and within the hardcore scene, the lyrics are always dealing more about positivity, more about real life situations, more about things that people can really relate to, versus the metal scene. So I think when Hatebreed broke into the metal scene, and a lot of the people that were fans, they kind of gravitated towards Hatebreed and the lyrics and how personable things were, and a different kind of message that they were used to getting. I think that they feel like they're more like one with the band, and we're not some rock stars or something like that. So I think it's cool. I think it's something we're proud of, and people, I think, you know, when they get our lyrics and stuff tattooed on them, it's just a special bond we have with our fans more than maybe some other bands do. So
It's really cool to see the impact that it's having on a lot of people.
yeah, without a doubt, for sure.
So where can fans buy a copy of the Concrete Confessional?
iTunes, or you know, some Best Buys may still carry it, or you know, you can purchase it on through hatebreed.com, I'm sure. And geez, nowadays it would be so, you know, nowadays it's harder to do that. I think that back in the day, it, you know, obviously you just would go to your local record store, but we still try to get everybody to support the mom and pop record stores that still do exist, because record stores are awesome and they're a part of, you know, when we grew up, and that whole scene, and actual vinyl records, and the product, and reading the lyrics, and actually having the physical copy. So it's cool if you can get the actual CD versus, you know, and you can burn it and have it in your iTunes and do whatever you want with it, but to actually have, you know, the pictures and the lyrics and the things, I mean, it's a part of that I think that the newer generations are missing out on.
It's
So.
definitely a different experience to have the physical album rather than just the downloads. Is there anything else you'd like the fans to know that you haven't been asked so far?
I try to let everybody know that we really pride ourselves on the fact that we don't use a set list at all. Jamie has a list on the Drum Riser of about 50 songs, and he shouts any song he feels like shouting out. We never know what the next song is going to be. So because of that, we play a different set every single night, and we're always playing songs from every single Hatebreed record. I wish every band did this. I wish my favorite bands did that, but that's not the way it works. But that's something that we try to, you know, let everybody know, that when they come to a show, you know, especially if people want to travel and come to multiple shows, they're always going to get a different set list. We're always going to play different songs every night. You know, obviously we're going to play the songs we have to play, the hits, if you will, but anything in between can be anything really. So
That's awesome.
yeah, it's fun. It makes it more, you know, not as boring for us.
Yeah.
For lack of a better term.
Well, thank you so much for your time, and we look forward to hearing more from you guys in the future.
Cool.
And for everyone else at home, stay tuned to Heavy Metal Television for Hatebreed videos and more great music.